Hey guys, thanks for stopping by my channel today. My name is Gina and I believe there's more to life than looking good, but you've got to look good too. So today will be a look good video because I'm going to talk about all the things that make me look good on a regular basis because I did not wake up looking like this. Can you imagine? That would be awesome. That would save so much time. So, if you want one of my feel-good videos, I just posted a video about racism and my thoughts on it and why the world is in the situation that it is. And I know that seems like a contradiction, like how could the idea of racism make you feel good? But the more you think about yourself and your life and how you relate to the other people in this world, as well as the world itself, ideally should ultimately make you feel good. So I will link that, go check that out. But today, let's talk about beauty favorites because the month of February is over. I'm actually getting to film this much sooner than I generally anticipate. I am a day late and $1 short all the time, and you know what? I don't care. But today, I'm ahead of the game. So I'm very organized today with the products that I have to offer you because generally I just really pull all my favorite stuff. Today I tried to hit like some categories, so I've got a skincare, a hair care, and then a lot of makeup stuff because that's my favorite. So let's get started. Okay, so I don't know where to start. It all looks so exciting. Okay, let me start with my face. But not skincare, makeup. Let me start with my face. My face, my skin is changing. And it kind of happened like on a dime. It like has completely taken me off guard. So historically, very oily, very acne prone skin. Not quite as much acne and not quite as much oil to the point where I'm having difficulty with some dry patches and stuff on my face. I mean, I treat my skin with Retin-A and a whole bunch of other products to not try to age. So basically I don't want to age and I don't want to look funny when I wake up in the morning. That's a lot to ask of one little face. So I've been using a lot of kind of long wearing medium to full coverage foundation, which siding more on full. And by end of day, I look ragged because any dry patches or anything on my skin became accentuated because of the nature of long wearing or full coverage foundations. So I realized in the same way that I have like a bunch of like zones for different primers on my face, I needed to do something different with my foundation. So the guy I've been holding around and waving around quite a bit, I did not know about this. I went into Ulta and a very nice woman, girl, was helping me, but sometimes I get a little standoffish in the store, and I was actually, I'm so stunned by the turnaround in the condition of my skin that I'm just like, I must have had that look on my face when I walked in. I was just like, just help me, just tell me what to do. So what I was looking for was actually, because generally I use primers that are either pore smoothing or mattifying, and I'm like, well, that can't be helping. I'm like, let me start with the base of my, let's say, makeup routine and try to improve it from there. So I was looking for just like a normal primer. Like nothing that just like didn't have a central focus. And you know what? That doesn't really exist. And so, you know, because everything's got like an angle. You know what I mean? And I was looking at all different brands. So she saw me like wandering around aimlessly and she came up to me to talk to me. She recommended this particular primer by Nars, which is not brand new, but I don't remember hearing a lot about it. So it's called the Radiance Primer. I didn't even realize it was that simple. It's the Nars Radiance Primer. It's got SPF 35 in it. Did you see me just like have to like back it up because I couldn't actually read what it was saying? But it's got an SPF in it, which is great. So I said to her, I'm like, you know what, that has me concerned. I don't want a radiant primer. I just need something that's like neutral. Again, like Switzerland, like just like middle of the road. And she said, even though it's got radiance in the name, it really isn't. And so what it just does is like not mattify me, but not moisturize me either. And it really has begun to make a difference underneath my makeup. I do not see the accentuated dry patches the way that I had been seeing in the past when I would use a mattifying primer and then like a long wear full coverage foundation, which is amazing to me. Now I'm kind of looking at all the other primers that are called Radiant. I'm like, are you actually like luminous? Because I don't need luminous. I got my own inner glow that comes out by end of day, but I needed something that just wasn't gonna take me down. I just needed it to be like middle of the road. So this guy is phenomenal. He has a color, why is it a he? I don't know why it's a he. It has a color, it's got this like peachy, like salmon-y tone color, but it doesn't color correct at all. It was funny because as the gal in Ulta and I were talking, I kept rubbing my hand where she had put the primer. And what's amazing is it actually feels like a primer. Like some of the primers that are too slippery, like I feel like my makeup's gonna slip on that anyway. This is smooth, but it's just, it has a presence. And so this is an eye-opener for me. I can't believe I was open-minded enough to allow someone to make a suggestion to me. Isn't that awful? Like I only get my suggestions from like other YouTube videos. I don't know why, like in the store, I generally have a problem. I'm like, that's okay, I gotta figure it out. I'm fine, and I put off this vibe. Thank God I was open-minded because that was phenomenal. So also in combination with that, I have, or had been using quite a bit, the Laura Mercier, oh my gosh, the long wear, oh my God, I can't remember the name. Like, and we broke up so badly, I couldn't even remember the name. The Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation. I had been using this for a very long time. She mentioned that it happens to be extra drying, which works for me before. So I was like, okay, let's cut it down a little bit. So in combination with that primer, although I can use it with the Laura Mercier because it's just enough of a non-mattifier that they work well together, especially for long days. But if I want like really healthy looking skin by end of day, I started using, because again, I still have oily places. I've got like combo skin, oily here, dry around here, a little bit of oily here. So I started using by Too Faced the Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. So this has been working for me because I use it basically here. I use it all over my face except my mouth because my mouth and my chin still get very dry. But this adds a level of mattification, especially in combination with my primer now, which is adding some like quasi radiance. But it's just enough to balance my skin out, which has been the biggest struggle, like having this combination skin, which I wasn't necessarily used to. So this is kind of a medium coverage. You can kind of build it. But I decided I don't care anymore. I'm tired of wearing like so much makeup to try to hide what I think I need to be hiding. I want to just kind of even my skin out and just kind of just make it look nice. Is that too much to ask? Nice. I just want to look nice. And so this has been a really nice, because it's a comfort matte, it's like not mattifying. It just is like not so oily foundation. So this has been working out very nicely. So I mentioned that if I have the time and I'm being very like careful, I kind of put it everywhere except around my chin. And what I was using on my chin, this is an oldie but goodie. This is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. This has like coconut water or something in it that's meant to be like kind of hydrating. It's just meant to be a kind and gentle kind of foundation. And using that around my chin where my dry spots and dry patches tend to go has been working very nicely. So I kind of cut down the number of primers that I was using because I used the one by Nars kind of all over my face. And I am using now 2 foundations. You know what started that? The Ouai Sunswept Bronzer that I talked about in a favorites, as well as my All Ouai Get Ready With Me, because it's a double bronzer, which is, I didn't realize I needed to be a double bronzing person. So I use this on my cheeks and I use this kind of all over the rest of my face. So apparently now I need to be a double foundation person. But you know what? It just makes sense. Because if you have combination skin, that means you have areas of dry and areas of oily or not dry. So one product, one size does not fit all. And I've just decided that I'm just gonna kind of go with that because I'm tired of addressing one issue and then it causing like a complication elsewhere. So I am complicated and cannot be consistent. Going along with that, since I started using my Too Faced Born This Way foundation, it was actually a little bit dark for me. I might have mentioned this before, but it has been a favorite this month because I added to it the NYX whitener. This is the Pro Foundation Mixer. It's strictly 100% white pigment. Because you don't need a lot, I don't believe it to change the consistency of the foundation. So I was able to take the shade from the Too Faced, which was Warm Nude, and I was able to lighten that up a little bit. Because my problem with the color selection with the Too Faced Born This Way foundations is that they don't pull warm or like yellow based. until it's too dark. All of the light shades that would match me are a different undertone. And the neutrals are really like almost brown. It's crazy. It doesn't work. So warm nude is the lightest one to match my skin tone, but it's still a little dark. So using this NYX guy in there is just fabulous. It makes me very excited because I have a couple of foundations that I think are also a little bit too dark, and I kind of forgot. I swear I've had this for a little while, but kind of forgot about it. But it came back into my life this month. Okay. I'm like representing like lots of different brands here. I kind of enjoy that today. Okay, although I do have two things by Urban Decay now. So I'm going to talk about their 24/7 Glide On eye pencils. Everybody loves the shade Bourbon, which I think is beautiful. I think it's very similar to my favorite one by MAC, whose name escapes me. I will list it below. I find that the MAC liner that I'm talking about as well. Oh, come on. I can't think of what it's called, and honestly right now I dropped it this morning, so it's on the floor. So if I bend down to pick it up, that's gonna be a hot mess for this filming situation. I'll list the MAC one down below. But Bourbon is very similar to that, my favorite one by MAC. I don't live for the 24/7. I love how they do, you know, they last a really long time. The Bourbon one, like I said, is very pretty. It's got a little bit of a shimmer to it, but it's kind of like a darkish brown, a medium to dark brown. The 24/7 ones by Urban Decay, they're a little bit soft. The one by MAC, the liners by MAC are a little bit stiffer. So I don't live for the softness because I really do use it well, anywhere I put liner, whether it's on my upper or lower lash line. I prefer a slightly stiffer pencil because you can get a thinner line. I find that when the pencil is too soft, like it suddenly it pulls wide, and I don't like that. But why am I talking about the 24/7 Glide On pencil by Urban Decay then, if I just had that whole intro right there? Because I love their colors. They have the best color selection. So my favorite this past month is Stash, which is kind of just it's like a smoky olive green with like a little bit of shimmer in it. So I've got green eyes. I use it to ever so slightly like line my lower lash line, and then I'll kind of buff it out with like a brush or like a buffer sort of situation just to kind of blend it out so that it's not a harsh line. But I love their colors. They have the best colors. And so I started with Bourbon and Stash, and now I'm gonna go back and get some more fancy colors because I think liner is a really nice way to add a pop of color. I don't kind of buy the colored mascaras. I don't know, I'm not there yet. I can't, that's just not my thing yet. I might change my mind, I don't know. But a colored mascara doesn't quite do it for me. And I tend to go very neutral when it comes to my shadow looks. And so I love the idea of using, I don't necessarily want to walk around with an olive green lid, but to throw that little pop of color underneath your eye. And I'm sure if you have blue eyes or brown eyes even, you can find some amazing different little pops of color to complement your eye color. And so that was why I wanted to talk about that guy. Also by Urban Decay. Now I am straying from Anastasia. Now she and I were not in like a committed relationship. I just let her hang around all the time when it comes to the Brow Wiz. But I saw that Urban Decay came out with the Brow Blade. So this is a double-ended sort of pencil situation. It's got the microfine pencil tip on one side. I have the universal one, which is called Taupe Trap. So I've got pretty dark brows, but I don't like to use a dark brow pencil because I just feel like I grow two worms like over my eyeballs. So I like to go in with a shade or two lighter pencil. This one, this Taupe Trap is it really is like a very, very light brown. It works for my brows though, by the way. It is what I'm wearing today. So it's an amazing kind of micro tip pencil. I love that. You don't have to sharpen it. It just twists up. It's a little bit softer than the Anastasia one, which I was kind of surprised at because I thought, not that Anastasia is stiff, it's just like it's resistant in a good way because it doesn't deposit. I hate a soft brow pencil because then you like are drawing like marker lines on your brows. And obviously I don't think that looks very good. Now some people can make those work. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I don't have the technique. And so that's my problem. It's my fault. But I like a pencil that applies with some resistance. Not that it pulls on me, but it just doesn't deposit like a ton of color and isn't terribly soft. Kind of like the eye pencils. I don't like a soft pencil. I like a stiff pencil. Okay, so with the brow blade, you get the benefit of course I opened the wrong side. You get the benefit of this other side, which looks like a liquid eyeliner. And it's meant to, actually, I don't even know. Did you see me hesitate there? I kind of don't get the point for it. It's just it's kind of like using, it's not that I don't get the point. It just was unclear to me what its intent was. I use it. It's similar because it's so faint and it's not a very wet pen, let's say. It kind of mimics putting on powder without having to go the extra step and getting powder. So I will use the pencil end, the actual pencil end, and I will use that to kind of define, so more the outer edges, and then where I want to fill in, even though you can do it with a pencil, I've been using it just because it's there on the other end of the pencil. I've been using it to kind of fill in any gaps or kind of little baldy spots on my brows. If they took the liquid pen away, would I be okay with it? Yeah. I'm kind of annoyed that I paid for the other end and probably got less actual mechanical pencil on the other end, because I think the pencil is really great. I also like the shade selection that they have when it comes to the pencils. For the brow blade, why is it a blade? It's not really cutting anything. That's a scary name. That might put some people off. I don't understand that. But I do enjoy a lot the pencil side. And yeah, so I think that's a value. Everybody doesn't really talk about Anastasia Brow Wiz or even the brow definer quite as much anymore. I don't know if that's just like an evolution thing, but I still love it. And I really haven't found anything that compares quite as well. I hear the Hourglass one is really good as well. I refuse to try it because it's so expensive. I'm like, I can't fall in love with you. You're going to break my bank account. But the brow blade is kind of moderately priced the same way all the other ones are. Okay, a couple more things. I got on the train. I joined the party. I got on the train. What is that cliche? I can't remember. I'm like everybody else and I love the Collab mascara. I also have the lengthening one, which is the one with the green tip, the green accents, because I love a good lengthening mascara. You know I love the L'Oreal Telescopic lengthening mascara. The one by Collab for thickening is tackier. It's interesting. It's almost like you're adding glue lashes. So I'm still playing with that one. I haven't decided if I've committed to that one yet. But it is definitely a lengthener, but it requires a little bit more work. The original, like the kind of base of it all, what is this actually called? This is called the Works, the Wow Effect All-in-One Mascara. It really is. I love the formula. It is on the wetter side. It's not one of those kind of, some of them are like peanut butter pasty formulas. I hate those. I love a wetter mascara because I feel like you can work with it longer and better so that you can define individual lashes before it winds up clumping up. The brush on this guy is a little complicated. They don't really talk about it, but it's not a symmetrical brush all the way around. So I don't know if one side is supposed to lengthen and the other side is supposed to volumize. I have no idea, but let me tell you, it does both. You know, if you've been with my channel for any period of time, you know that I do not feel like mascaras can do double duty. Very few of them, in fact, can. The IT Cosmetics Superhero can, and the Lash Paradise, what is that one called? By Essence, the Lash Princess, not the Paradise. I hate the Paradise. Lash Princess, I feel can lengthen and volumize, and now I want to put the Collab one in that category as well. It does an amazing job on lashes. I do use 2 coats. I always do use 2 coats. I don't think I could live unless I did use 2 coats. But it does a really nice job of not clumping and lengthening and volumizing all at the same time. So last couple of things will be face, hair, and tool. Face, hair, and tool. Yes, I want to talk about the Sephora Pro Featherweight Crease number 38. This is a bigger form of a crease brush, but the featherweight brushes are phenomenal. They're moderately priced, like they're not like drugstore pricing, but they're not like super expensive like department store pricing. But they're like, this guy I think was 22 bucks. Totally worth it. If you have very small eyes, this might, like lids and stuff, this might not work out so great for you, but it is phenomenal for getting in your crease, getting above your crease all the way up to your brow bone. Yes, brow bone. And it just is soft. My major concern with most of my eyeshadow brushes is, are you going to poke me in the eyelid? And I hate that. So this is like a flawless brush. Like it blends before you've even, it has blended your eyeshadow before you've even touched the brush to your eyelid. That's how much I like that guy. Okay, last month I talked about a product from Farmacy, which is one of Sephora's clean brands, which doesn't really mean a lot except to say that it's mostly natural, because I think that's a very unregulated title to give something, but whatever. You can always check out the ingredient list for yourself. I've been using the green clean makeup cleansing balm. I didn't mention, and I actually had wanted to mention last month, that I also love their honey potion. So this is a face mask and it literally looks like honey. How cute is that? It comes with a spatula to get your product out. It is a renewing antioxidant hydration mask. And so it's thick and gooey, now, but not sticky. But it's a mask, so obviously it's gonna feel a little funny. But it's very thick. You put it on for like 10 minutes. I think it says 10 to 15. I put it on for 10 minutes. I use it because of the hydration. Again, I've spent the whole intro to this video talking about primers and foundation and dry patches. And when I treat my skin with Retin-A and the surface acids and all of that to kind of get skin renewal and all that skin cell turnover stuff going on. Yeah, in the process of doing that, although my skin looks nice and healthy, you get dry patches. And so I use this guy to deal with kind of a treatment once or twice a week. Works beautifully, and I love that they thought it through and it came with a little spatula. Finally, this is my hair product. This is by Ouai. I've really been enjoying their line. I don't use their shampoo and conditioner, but their hair products are actually really cool. So this is the rose hair and body oil, and I'm like almost out actually. This can make it into an empties pretty soon. I use this strictly on the very ends of my hair when I am done either blow drying it or ironing it or curling it or whatever it is I'm doing. I use it strictly on the ends. It smooths it out, takes away the fuzzy factor. You know when your hair gets fuzzy? With this pretty blunt cut, my hair will get fuzzy towards the bottom. And so I put in like a little dollop and then I'm able to kind of smooth out the bottom of my hair. Is great. What I love is that I keep a small little amount in my purse in a little travel container because it's a hair and body oil. So you can put it in like the ends of your hair or whatever it is you're using it for, and then I use it to kind of smooth my cuticles out and just kind of spread it throughout my hands. And it absorbs really quickly, doesn't feel greasy, doesn't leave fingerprints, but yet you feel like now you've added some moisture back to your hair. Because the worst thing is fixing your hair throughout the day and then like wanting to wash your hands immediately. With this, you don't have to do that. So that's actually pretty cool in my book. Plus, it does have a scent. I know we're trying to go like fragrance free and clean and whatever. I like fragrance. Fragrance makes me happy. And as long as it doesn't irritate my skin, when I use something that smells good, oh my God, it puts me in such a good mood. So this is the faintest smell of rose. It's beautiful. It is very, very subtle, but just enough so that you almost kind of look for the scent. Like it doesn't overpower you when you like put it in your hands or even open the bottle the way I did. But it winds up smelling just really, it's lovely. It's a mini little experience. So those are my favorites for the month of February. What have you been loving this month? Please share with me and everyone else down below. Tell me what I should put on my shopping list. I love it. I am on Instagram. Please find me over there. Also, I invite you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please join us and the G crew. And of course, if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up so that I and everybody else knows. Oh, and you're supposed to ring a bell. Ring the bell. I don't know. I'm sorry. I think those are stupid. This whole ring the bell thing. What is YouTube doing? Anyway, like I said, leave me a comment, thumbs me up. That'd be great. Join my G crew. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. In the meantime, thanks.